Hi, Katie Sutton here, intuitive channel and founder of Zen Within Academy with your March energy update. I have three important themes to share with you this month. The first is all about using our dreams to heal our emotional body. The second is about choosing how we want to ascend. And the third is about opening to receive. So stay tuned for the rest of the energy update. So the first theme that I want to talk with you this month about is all about the dream space. So what I've noticed is that there's been an uptick in my dreams, and I always get a little energy preview ahead of the month that I'm going to share with you all about. And so what I've noticed is that my emotional body is getting a huge push to clear out on the dream space. I'm having more and more dreams, more than I've ever had, sometimes 7 to 10 a night, and I'm remembering them, and I'm waking up with a sense of what I've been working on. And my guides tell me as I meditate on this topic and tune in and channel them that this is really to support us in our ascension process. We're having greater access to the dream space to a greater degree so that we can do even more work in our ascension. And it's really beautiful to process our emotions on the dream space and do really deep inner shadow work there, especially if we're working with an intention and basically asking to do it with as much grace and ease as possible. We can have really beautiful experiences with loved ones that have passed away, with ascended masters and teachers, where we have deep emotional body clearings. I personally have had some major experiences with my heart chakra on the dream space so far as I've been working with this theme ahead of all of you. So I invite you to start using a dream journal if you're not already. If you can't remember your dreams, then at least start to document how you feel in the morning after you've slept. Some of you might be feeling really tired, right? Because even when you get up in the morning, you might have just worked through the whole nighttime on all of these themes and these emotional body constructs that we hold in our sacral chakra. And you might wake up a little tired. So you might need to start taking a nap if it's in your schedule. Even just 20 minutes can support you in just recharging the batteries in the afternoon if that's the case for you. And that's going to lead the way into what I'm going to talk about next, which is choosing how we want to ascend. So certainly intentionful dream work is a part of that choice, but we have the coronavirus here to help us. It is here to shake up a lot of fear in the collective so that we can begin to do some of this deep inner shadow work around fear. I talked last month about having to keep our heart open so that we can anchor into these higher frequencies and hold them, right? So the coronavirus is here not only to do some shifting in our financial institutions and our financial landscape and create a bit of a contraction there so that we do some money work, which is necessary right now, but also to shake up that fear-based consciousness. And what's important for you to know is that you have a choice. You can align with the fear and the worry about the pandemic and everything in the media, or you can choose to align to this at a higher frequency. And what I mean by that is if you are choosing to do your spiritual work, look at your shadow self, work with your ancestral karma, meditate, go deep into what's happening for you on your emotional landscape, then this can be a helper, right? You don't have to go into the third dimensional reality to do this work. You can do it from a higher plane. And so how that will show up for you is that some of you are going to have some really big energetic downloads this month about what's actually happening for you in certain patterns that you have in your life and where they're coming from. And so when we have a big fear-based event in the collective, it's going to shake up anything that's unsettled in your energy field. And so we can use this to our advantage to help us ascend. And so that's the choice that we have. How do you want to align? Do you want to align with that higher frequency or the lower frequency? And then the last theme that I want to talk about that's kind of a lead in from that is about opening to receive. So I talk about opening our heart. And the more we open our heart, the higher frequencies we can anchor into the body. And this month, we are being called to do deep shadow work on an ancestral level. So looking at how you were raised, how your parents showed up, how their parents showed up, and what particular personality traits and shadow traits have been created for you out of those genetic lineages. And so you're going to have access to greater and greater bits of information and downloads about those patterns and how they're affecting your daily life. And if we can start to decouple from that, we can start to open to a greater degree to receive higher self and source energy and abundance, right? So there's a ton of money energy up to be cleared this month. And so you might have a double whammy. You might have some ancestral patterns around money. That is certainly going to be shaken up this month. So we have to do this work, right? We need to lean into this. And so the more we open that heart, the more we lean into what our shadow self is telling us and give it a voice, right? I'm working with my energy mastery students right now on giving their shadow self a voice so that they can disempower it from controlling their lives. So I encourage you to pay really close attention to who's triggering you, because oftentimes when someone is triggering us, it's because there's something that they're reflecting back at us that we need to heal. And so that's going to be your clue in to what it is that you need to work on this month. And so there's a couple of things I want to share with you in addition to the energy update that are upcoming events for me. So the first is my guides have indicated that I am to host a global meditation day for helping to heal the coronavirus and shift it to a frequency of unconditional love. They've asked me to set aside Monday, March 16th and begin to set up events on Facebook and social media to encourage you all to sit and meditate and bring forward the frequency of unconditional love to start to dismantle the coronavirus in our collective. This is very similar to some of the work that many of us lightworkers have been doing related to like the Australian brush fires and other really catastrophic events that we've seen happening in the collective. This is no different. We can impact this with our frequency. So I'll be putting more information about that in the show notes and linking you to the Facebook event and how you can do that. But really all you need to know is that you need to open your center channel, bring unconditional love as a pillar of light into your heart on Monday, March 16th, anytime that day. And as you open that heart chakra to that frequency of unconditional love, then sending that out to the ethers, spreading it around the world, allowing people to receive that to the greatest degree possible that are impacted by the coronavirus or just afraid of it. We can shift this with our frequency. This is a test. We are being asked to step up and step into our higher light. And this is just another way that we get to come together as a collective and show that we are ready to ascend to the fifth dimension. So step in and do this work with me. I encourage you to please take some time on Monday, March 16th to work with this frequency. In addition, on Wednesday, March 11th, I'll be hosting my monthly online healing circle all about these themes that I just mentioned. We're going to be working really deeply with the energy of opening to receive, working with our abundance limiters in all ways, relationships, love, money, everything that you want in your life. We're going to be working with all those blockers and clearing them out. Wednesday, March 11th. And of course, we have upcoming retreats with me, my husband, and other teachers at the Zen Within Academy. The end of April, we have our huge Anchoring the Light retreat in Flat Rock, North Carolina. We have just a few spaces open for that. Spending time with me and my guides and the 12th dimensional frequency to really shift your reality and anchor these higher frequencies into your body for good. And then in June, I have my Awakened Woman retreat where I'm going to be sharing really special information that has been channeled through me about women on the awakening path and how we can anchor into that. So that's something I'm very, very excited about. Very special activations coming through for that. And then in August, we're taking a small group of souls to Mount Shasta, California to be activated. That's where my 12th dimensional guides came in. We have just a couple of spots left open for that retreat. So all of that information is in the show notes, but take care of your heart chakras this month. Do the work, step in, and this month is going to be so much more expansive than you could ever imagine. So stay out of that fear-based frequency. Have a wonderful month, and thank you all so much for watching.